how, at least when you were an underwriter, how was success defined?
So this is a challenging question for any management team. You have two main types of business in reinsurance. For newer listeners, you have short-tail business and long-tail business. Short-tail business typically refers to classes of business that you find out whether you've made a profit or a loss very quickly. There is not a very long tail on discovering losses. So examples are normally like catastrophe business. Was there a hurricane? Was there an earthquake? Long tail business, by contrast, typically accounts for the very lengthy delay that's involved in working out whether and how much of a loss has been incurred. So anything like a class action lawsuit takes a very long time, I think usually about 7 years, to get through the courts to determine whether there is a loss at all and the magnitude of that loss. So if you're a long tail underwriter, then management doesn't know whether you did a good job until 7 years later. If you're a short tail underwriter, on the other hand, management isn't sure if you did a good job or not, because, at the end of the day, nobody could have predicted that hurricane, right? And they happen from time to time. So even if you had a bad year, it might just have been because of the hurricane. So what this creates is a very difficult position for managers to try and work out whether their underwriters are doing well or not. The more that they're able to gather data on how they are performing, how their customers' portfolios are performing, how their peers' portfolios are performing, the more effectively they can assess that. Because if it's a market impacting event, typically most firms will be on similar events, will be affected by similar events, whether they're short tail or long tail. So as a result, everybody has the same conditions to operate within. So you should be able to see some who are loss picking more effectively than others as part of that. So analysis, data, peer review, that's sort of your best hope of assessing an underwriter's performance.
Key takeaway: if you're a bad underwriter, get into long tail risk and leave your job every 6 years.
You're not telling anyone anything they don't know already, I think.